Hi friends, Candace Gillespie here from Candace's Canvases. Today I'm going to show you another masculine Valentine card, and this is card 5. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a joyful comment. Also, stop by on Facebook if you're a Facebooker and join my Facebook group page called Crafters Anonymous by Candace's Canvases, and let's grow that group to a fun, active, creative community. First things first, I'm starting with a top folding card, and I'm scoring that in half. This is just a regular A2 size card. And then I'm making 2 panel pieces. Each are, I'm trying to think, I think 1/4 of an inch smaller because I want them to be 1/8 of an inch smaller on each side. So the card measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and each panel measures 4 by 5 1/4. There you go. Okay, so here I know I want to use this green, and I feel like green and black here would make a good masculine color, so I'm using this wood stencil, some clear gesso. Well, it goes on white and opaque, but when you put it on in thin layers, it dries clear. Because I put it on pretty thick through this stencil, it dried kind of not totally opaque and not clear, kind of in the middle. Anyway, so that gave me, kind of looks like zebra stripes actually. So here I'm finishing up with my heat tool. I think it probably took a little over a minute to get it to dry enough to work with. So I'm going to use this Walnut Distress Oxide, because Oxide just kind of sit on top of cardstock, so I knew that it would show on top of this black. So I'm only going to use the Distress Oxide on the amount of card that I'm actually using. So I flipped it over and I traced my card base on the back of this, and I'm just going to trim that out, and then I'm going to continue with my Distress Oxide. I think adding this brown color actually gives it more of a wood feel instead of the zebra feel that it had in the beginning. And then now that I dry fit that on there, I'm just going to glue that on. If you're wondering what's in my glue bottle, my fine liner glue bottle, it's a PVA acid-free glue. I tend to gravitate toward liquid glue over like double-sided glue. I think because I said this a while ago in a video, but here I'm just making it a hard old school way. I came across some stuff from my grandmother that was really old, and she had used double-sided tape, and the double-sided tape just literally crumbled into pieces. So I think that's why I kind of subconsciously or consciously gravitate toward wet glue usually. Okay, so I crumpled up that green heart, and then I put the distress ink on the outside of it. Just gave it a nice distressed look. And pretty much the card's done. I thought about adding some other colors like this blue tape, and you can very well do that. There's not any reason why you can't. It's a card that you're making. It looked fine. I just thought, nah, why complicate things? So I just wanted you to see that I tried it, and I mean, you just try stuff. So here's some sticky squares. These are more from my grandmother's old craft stock, and these are actually still pretty sticky. I was very impressed. Just using those on the back of this card panel. So this is a card that it probably took me 20 minutes to make total, and I had my little guy on my lap. So this one's one that you can whip out in a pretty good time. It probably didn't even take me that long. So probably the longest part is taking all the backing off that sticky. Oh, crack myself up sometimes. All right, and then I'm just layering on these card-based pieces. And I thought on the inside, I'll bring in some of these colors that I used on the outside here. Let's see, what did I do? Oh, I'm distressing. I couldn't find my distressing tool. So I'm just taking my scissors. The edge of your scissors works just fine too. So just distressed those, and then I'm going to take some of the ink. This is on the black cardstock, I'm using the Distress Oxide. On the green cardstock, I'm just using the regular Distress ink. And then layering those together with some glue, and then I'll just glue those to the inside. Little Jacob, he loves to help. Let's see. So I just gave it a rip so that it didn't look so finished. I don't know. Sometimes I really like that look. Sometimes I don't. It depends. I feel like masculine cards are really easy to get away with just kind of that ripped and torn edges. So that's fine. And here I tried to do some lettering, and it is so hard to do lettering when there's a little baby on your lap. It was fun, but you know, don't expect perfection. He loves grabbing everything, and he's fussy and all that. He's getting his, what are those, the little canine teeth? What are those called? Incisors, maybe? So he has big puffy swollen gums on those parts. Poor guy. He's a trooper though. He's such a sweet boy. Loves to be with mama, and I'll take it. So I'm just using a Sharpie marker here, and with the pencil I just drew in some lines to give me a base point, and I wrote my guy, my love, my Valentine. And I went a little crazy with the swirly swirls, and I probably should have stopped while I was ahead on that. But you know, just can't leave well enough alone. But it's fine, it looks great, I loved it. Put my signature stamp on the back, and that pretty much sums up this card. It was very easy. Trying to think of the most challenging part, and I mean, they're really probably the lettering. Doing some faux calligraphy here. Yeah, trying to be creative and do things well with a little baby grabbing everything on your lap, that's probably the most challenging part. Anyway, I wouldn't change it for the world. This is the best season, and I'm trying to soak it all in while they're little. So thanks so much for watching. You guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and like this video, leave a joyful comment, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.